Are you looking at purchasing a home on Acreage in the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area? In this video, I will go over some of the inspections you should consider getting when doing so. First, you should get a general home inspection. The home inspector is going to come out to the property and they are going to look over the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, now not in depth, but just give you a general idea of what is going on with the property. Crawl space, anything along the lines of that. If they do see some concerns, then they're going to recommend that professionals look more into those items, such as having the HVAC serviced or having a plumber if they do see some plumbing issues. Or they could also recommend having an electrician if they don't like some of the things that they see first off. So first and foremost, get a general home inspection on the property so you know what you're getting into when you're purchasing it. An add-on to the general inspection is also radon testing. We do have radon in this area, so talk to the general inspector about that and whether or not you want to get it tested and see if the home does have high levels of radon. If it does, there are easier fixes on that, so it's just a matter of negotiating with the seller if it does have higher radon. Having the well tested. Now there's two tests that can get done for this, the probability test and the productivity test. One is going to be the probability test. The probability test can be done a couple different ways. There are some testing labs in town where you can go and get the little cups, follow the instructions, take it in, and they will test it. Or you can hire somebody to come out and do the testing for you. Now the probability test is going to test the bacteria in the water and or the chemicals, and you can ask for both or you can just ask for one depending on what you are looking for. The productivity test is going to test the production of the well, and that's your gallons per minute and how long it takes to draw that well down or how well the well replenishes itself. Now this is done by a company. You do have to call them, get it scheduled, and have them come out. They will tell you how many gallons per minute the well is, and again, how long it takes to draw that down. Now these are really good tests because we do have some wells that are over the aquifer that have no problem replenishing, but then we do have some other wells that are further out that you may have an issue. So you're going to want to know if you have 1 gallon per minute or 50 gallons per minute. It will make a difference too in your drawdown if you can run both the dishwasher and the washer at the same time, or if you're not going to have enough water. Septic pumping and inspection. Now, for the majority, you're going to have a septic system when you purchase Acreage. So I typically have my clients ask the seller to have it pumped and inspected. The septic company is going to come out, they're going to pump all the stuff out of it, and they're going to look in there and see that it is in good working order, or if there are issues, you and the seller can address that with what they find. Septics can cost a lot to replace, so you're going to want to know before you purchase if that septic's going to need to be replaced, and that way you can negotiate with the seller versus if you do the inspection after you close, then you could be stuck with the bill. Plus, you kind of want the seller to take all their junk with them, including the stuff in the septic. Termite inspection is an inspection that you can get also, especially if you see signs of termites. Environmental inspections. Now, depending on the year that the home was built and the condition of the home, there could be some additional tests such as the environmental inspection. Now, this will include asbestos testing, lead testing, and mold testing. All those tests are done by professionals, so you will have to look into other people or get recommendations on who you should use for those testings. Having the property surveyed. Now, some of the properties here are super easy. They've had recent surveys done, So if you are fine with that, if you're fine with walking the property line with the seller and having them point that out, then that's totally fine. It's your call. However, if you're not sure, and some of these properties are really weird on how they're broken up, so you may want a recent survey to see if anybody's fences or buildings are on your property. Also, a survey will show you exactly where your property lines are. Now, they are not cheap to get a survey done, so it's all on you on whether or not you want to get that done, but it is something you could also negotiate with the seller if you would like. A geotechnical inspection is another inspection you can get. This has to do with landslides or movement with the ground. So if you are seeing some of that when you're rocking the property, definitely look into it because you want to get it inspected before it's your issue to deal with after closing. If you have any questions about real estate in the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area, please feel free to reach out.